Good day down at the allotment again in the polytunnel. It's a rather, it's been actually quite a nice day today. Had 3 hours at the community gardens this morning. We have a Saturday social on the second Saturday of every month to look after the site itself rather than individual plots. And we were down there for 3 hours today and did a job which has been on my wish list for 4 years. So sometimes things that you wish for can take quite a while. I'll put a photo up of what we did, but it was basically clearing an area that is mainly hard standing, and we're going to be using that for growing things in pots and maybe a polytunnel at one point. We shall see. But it was such an achievement to get that done today. So really good. Then had some lunch and answered a few of the comments, replied to quite a few comments on YouTube of various things that we put up this week. And now I pop down to the allotment because I want to do 4 things. One of the things I want to do is start chitting our potatoes. It's a bit late, but hey, better late than never. Secondly is putting in these, which are from Lidl. They're Brussels sprouts from Lidl. Brigitte. Now, I will be sowing Brussels sprouts as well, but I have found that these plants from Lidl are just fantastic. I've had them 3 years out of 4, and they've always done really well and given us tons and tons of Brussels sprouts. So I'm going to be putting them on the lower plot. Then I want to do the broad beans and weed that plot. I'm also going to be planting some broad beans into where the seeds haven't germinated or where I haven't planted them. So those will come quite a bit later than the ones we have in at the moment, though the ones that we have in at the moment are doing okay, but not great. And then if I have time, I'm going to weed the garlic bed. So there we are. I'm going to crack on and get that done, or get those things done anyway. See you in a minute. Here we have the Brigitte Brussels sprouts. You get 6 in a packet. Just turn that round. Quite decent plants. Not leggy at all, which is great. There is one, there's some like this leaf is broken here, so I'm going to be cutting that off because the last thing you want to do is put something that's broken and is going to rot into the soil. And if I move these around here, you can see there's a couple of broken leaves here. They were like that when I bought them. This one's a bit floppy, but these are going to be planted deep. So if you look at this one, the lower set of leaves here, I'm actually going to plant up to about here, so they're going to plant quite deeply. There's quite a lot of wind where I'm going to be planting these, so I may actually do we'll see how we get on. I might do a voiceover with it later. First thing I'm going to do is remove them from here. You can see they're really decent root system. As I say, I've had great luck with these from Lidl over the past 3 of the past 4 years. Again, decent roots. Need to pull those off. Take that off as well. This is in a really good state, so I'm going to keep that for growing in. It doesn't actually just looking at this, it doesn't actually say how far apart to plant them, but effectively I'm going to be doing about a foot apart, and I'm going to stagger them, zigzag them effectively. Go out of camera. Okay, so I've spaced them in a zigzag. Let me pull you out so you can see that. I'm coming back here. I'm going to take these two bottom leaves off carefully. Dig a nice hole. Nice and deep. Again, hi there. Taking those two off. There's another one there. And then can I move that over a bit? Really firm them in. You can't really over firm brassicas. So that's job done. I put this netting over simply to deter any foxes at the moment. Later on, we'll need to think about the cabbage white butterfly. Okay, back to the top plot. This is our broad bean bed that I'm going to be weeding, but I think I may have to weed this section here another day, as I've noticed, I'm not sure, we do have some, let me see if I can zoom in. Where am I trying to zoom in? There. Right in the middle here, are some poppy seedlings, and there's quite a few poppy seedlings through here. So actually I'm going to leave the poppy seedlings in where I can. Have a bit of permaculture going on, a bit of vermiculture, hugelkulture, and I'm going to get on now and weed this bit here. Okay, so the back 2 rows, which are here and here, I am leaving for the moment, as I say, because there are quite a few poppy seedlings in there that really I want to keep. I'll let them grow on, but I'll need to weed between. There are a few in these 2 rows here, the front, that I have weeded. There's a few poppies in there. In fact, you can see one just here, just on the edge. Yeah, I've got no issues with poppies growing through. They will take from the soil, but they're also fabulous plants to have, so I'm going to leave those. But what I have done, I didn't put the camera on. What I have done is I've sown these, I'm not sure you can see that, broad bean Karmazyn. So every 6 inches I've put a broad bean into these 2 front rows where the bamboos are marked up. They will come on later than the others, but who knows what weather we're going to get. Right, on to weeding the garlic bed. Okay, if we come over here, protecting from the wind, need to trim the edge outside. But that's the garlic bed weeded. One thing garlic and onions do not like is competing for nutrients at their roots and water. So do keep on top and try and hand weed where you can. Okay, on to the final job for the day, which is putting these potatoes here to chit. Now, there's obviously, some people say you should chit, some people say you shouldn't chit potatoes. A lot of people might think it's a good idea to have a sharp pair of scissors, but hey, these were sharp at one point. So these are our Desiree main crop, and you can see some of them actually started popping up. Try not to have them touching. When you do chit potatoes, you will find that there is an area on the potato where it was attached to the seed plant originally. and that is here where the indentation is. You can just see a little remainder of it there. So you want to put that down, that root side down. Also, if you come across any potatoes that have a sort of, I don't know if you can see that, there's a sort of whiteness on that. That's actually some type of virus. So we're going to get rid of that. And we're going to get rid of that in our municipal compost rather than our own compost. If I just pick up another one here, you can see here the sort of tip where it was joined to the original seed potato plant. That goes down and the chits then come up from there. Right, lastly, and Erica will be very, very pleased about this, make sure you know what variety is what variety, so use labels. Excuse me. These are our Desiree, which are main crop potatoes, and these are Rocket, which are early potatoes. These will be going into a prepared no-dig potato bed that you may have seen on the video a few days ago. These will all be going into growing buckets. So there we are. That is a day's work done. That was, I think I came down at 4 o'clock and it's about 5:20, something like that now. I managed to achieve what I wanted to achieve today, which is great. It's always great when you achieve what you want to achieve. I think that's one of the things to try and do when you come down to the allotment. If you have a list of things that you want to get done, then portion that list into things that will take you the time that you have at the allotment. It can get quite overwhelming if you have a huge amount of things to do and a long list, and you get down to the allotment and you think, oh, where do I start? I knew today I only had an hour and a half because we had 3 hours at the community gardens this morning and various things, as I said, this afternoon. So there was only an hour and a half. I knew I'd be able to do the planting of the Brigitte Brussels Sprouts and covered them to protect them from foxes. I wanted to do all of the broad beans, weed all of the broad bean bed, but that didn't happen, as you saw. But you know what? I got a good chunk done, and more importantly, I sowed the seeds for some more broad beans where the original ones hadn't germinated or where I hadn't sown them. Then I've weeded the garlic bed. Garlic and onions hate having their space invaded by weeds, and I do find that hand weeding for me works. And then finally, chitting the potatoes. How long they'll be chitted, I'm not sure. Traditionally, you'll be planting main crop potatoes on St. Patrick's Day, which is the 17th of March. I won't be doing that. They'll most probably go in a week after that. However, you did see that I put some earlies in the other day, so that's great. Those are in and will be doing well. We do have one more pack of early potatoes called Kestrel. 5 in there, and they will be going into a tub sometime over this weekend, most probably tomorrow. So that's it. Yeah, it's quite grey now. It's, as I say, 5:20, 5:30, something like that. Quite grey, but good day's work done. Very pleased. Now to go home, have a shave, and have a shower, and then relax for the evening. If you've got any questions about what I've done today, then please do ask in the comments below. If you feel that I could have done something better, then let me know. We all learn things every day, and that, I think, is what's wonderful about this YouTube community. You do learn things every day. I think it was was it Colliery Garden? I realised that shallots actually split when they get grown. I didn't know that till 2 years ago. I thought, why do you plant a shallot if you get something the same size? But yeah, the shallot splits like garlic, so you end up with more, which is great. You learn so much. It's amazing. Never too old to learn. There we are. Anyway, I'll stop rambling on. I'm sure you're bored by now. See you soon. Please do give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and please do subscribe if you like what Richard and I do, and hit the bell button if you do subscribe, because that will give you notifications of new videos coming out. Anyway, there we are. I'm off. See you soon. Bye.